How are you?
All right. So I've been getting a lot of emails, Facebook messages, and all kinds of stuff, wanting to know where we're at, how we're doing. So we thought we'd do a little video and tell you. It is 10 minutes till 8. Thursday.
Holy cow, it didn't.
Huh?
Oh, time stepped away.
Yeah, Thursday, April the 2nd, 2020. So, if you're watching this years from now, this is during the, what's it called?
We'll call it the coronavirus.
Coronavirus. I was like COVID, Corona, I don't know. But we're in the middle of that right now.
We're in a stay-at-home order, so...
Our stay-at-home order says till the 11th, which would mean we could actually go to church on Easter.
I'm sorry, my arm does not have a mind of its own. I've got a Doberman that's like pulling me.
We believe that our stay-at-home order is probably going to change because the president,
Went to the 30th.
extended the social distancing to the 30th. So we anticipate they're going to change it. But if they don't, I'll be back in business. I groom dogs. Most of you probably know that. I own a dog grooming salon. I have applied for the immediate $10,000 assistance. They say that takes 3 days, but everybody I know has not gotten an answer in 3 days. And then the bigger loans are going to be available tomorrow-ish. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Right.
But the creek is rising out back.
It is.
They have released the floodgates, and there is a large, more like a river behind my studio than just a little.
I think it's pretty though.
It is real pretty.
It is.
And when they open it up, it's like loud. You can hear like the waterfall and stuff. We went for a walk the other day. It was real interesting to take the two dogs for a walk. We'll see if you can guess who the best dog on the leash was. It wasn't mine. My dog was like a drunk dog. And his dog was like staying right there. And look at what she does. This toy actually has lasted about 2 months. So that's amazing. All right, here, go. Here, over here, over here. So,
adorable.
Anyway, so we went for a walk, and the only real problem we had with her was
Other dogs.
other dogs. She doesn't mind people at all. Just walk right past other people, no problem, but other dogs. And Honey had said something. For those of you who don't know, Honey's name is Alan. Look, Alan, but I call him Honey, and so do most of you. Anyway,
That's funny.
Anytime somebody would go by with a dog, and there are lots of people, because we have a lake in the back of our house, and people walk their dogs around there. So, yeah, she would act like a psychopathic, evil dog. And because she's a Doberman, people just look at her like, oh, crap. So,
Okay, in her defense, she's not psycho.
No.
And she's not evil.
She got attacked by a dog at daycare, and ever since then, she's been like that.
She's a little skittish.
So, anyway, I know that you have to see this because I'm seeing it as I'm just talking like this, but yes, this is my natural. It's white, and honestly, it's been this way. Oh, how old am I? I'm 57. It's been this way about 20 years. I've been coloring it for about 20 years.
That's not true. She only got gray whenever she met me.
Oh, stop. Oh, look, his gray is gone. Do you remember, guys? He had white beard. And he was like, I'm going to shave this off. And then he shaved off. He's like, oh my God, I feel 10 years younger. I was like, you look 10 years younger, but I liked it. I liked his white chin.
But then I went outside and I was like, oh, this is cold.
So the true story about my hair, and he can confirm this. I literally had an appointment at the hair salon to get all the colors stripped out. and to go totally gray. And I had asked him if he could deal with that. And he's like, honey, do it. So it was going to be 2 appointments. And I literally called her and was like, look, because it was before hair salons were closed down. It was like about 4 or 5 days before hair salons were closed down. And I was like, hey, I just can't justify spending $300 on my hair right now. So I'm just going to let it grow out. And can you believe it? I'm looking in there and it is freaking white as hell. Look. And look at this. You guys have never seen this. He had never seen this. Honestly, the only time I see this is when they take them off to put the new ones back on. And it's been really weird. So, enough about me. So it's kind of been like a staycation in a way, only I have been working on a piece of furniture every single day. And I think I've got, don't even go there.
She has. She's been working diligently.
Cranking it. I finished a piece this morning. Actually, I finished it yesterday. And then he put the knobs on it this morning.
Yeah.
And that was the Marilyn Monroe dresser that I listed on Facebook Marketplace and had it sold in less than an hour.
60 minutes.
Less than an hour. That was really cool. So I wanted the lady to pay me PayPal. And she goes, I don't know how to do PayPal. And she didn't know how to do Venmo or any, I don't know how to do Venmo, but I knew how to do PayPal. She goes, oh no, I just want to pay you when I get there. And I was like, oh, they're saying we really shouldn't exchange money right now. And she was like, oh, okay, like, bummer. And then I was like, wait a minute. Hold the phone. I said, I'll just open an envelope and you can just drop the money in.
Well, like, didn't she bring in? She brought in a Ziploc.
She brought it in a Ziploc bag.
A Ziploc bag,
but which was weird because she touched the Ziploc bag. That's the point. So she brought it in a Ziploc bag. So I kind of like took it like by the teeny corner, and I was like, "Do you want Lysol wipes?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I gave her Lysol wipes, and she kind of wiped it down. And the husband says to Honey,
"Oh, you like cerveza?"
And he's like, huh?
I was like, what?
Cerveza.
He was asking me if I wanted a beer. And I was kind of like,
we don't want to touch your money. We certainly don't want to touch your beer. But thanks anyway.
Yeah.
Weird.
It was nice.
It was weird.
No, it was nice.
It was nice if it wasn't Corona 2020.
But he was offering me Dos Equis.
Did he have Dos Equis?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, I still can't get over how white my hair looks. Let me show you what's going on here. Look at this. And there's something going on over there too.
Yeah, the dog's drinking.
The dog's drinking. So there definitely has been a lot going on. Been staying really busy. Honey got offered a job, which we were really excited about until he found out what the pay was. And, you know, it's like...
Well, there's a story that goes with
There's
that,
a long story, but we don't need to tell that story. But what I was going to tell you is minimum wage in Texas is $7.25.
Really, that's all?
Yeah. $7.25.
I remember when I was growing up and I was working at...
I made $4.10 an hour.
I was made $3.65.
Oh man, I was whooping your ass.
Right. Where were you working?
My first job was at Jack in the Box. What?
See, we both did fast food.
What'd you do?
Well, my first job was at Burger King.
Burger King.
And I was making $3.35 an hour. And then I got offered a job at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I was making $3.65.
Kentucky stole you from the king.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, I'm living large now.
Yeah, I worked at Jack in the Box. I was still going to school. And then I took a night job at a dress shop at the mall. So I was working 2 jobs and going to school half a day in high school. And it enabled me to, and my father enabled me to purchase a brand spanking new car. They literally had to roll up the glass windows. It was like a garage door, but it was all glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to drive it down the ramp. It was like the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
It was a white Pontiac Sunbird. I can't remember what year it was.
Had to be back in the 40s. I'm sorry.
So you've been watching a little television in the evenings.
I'm sorry.
What did we watch that was really good?
Which time?
What have we watched? What kind of stuff out last night?
We watched Stephen King's on Netflix in what, 1912 or 1922?
That was dumb.
No, I liked it, but you
We
didn't.
watched 2012, which is an awesome disaster. I like disaster movies. He likes Stephen King and westerns.
Mm-hmm.
I like some westerns, like I like Wyatt Earp and Tombstone. I like some of those kind of, like the newer westerns, not the older westerns.
See, now I like them all. I do. I like them all. I like anything from Young Guns down to, Tombstone, down to A Dirty Dozen. I like some John Wayne.
I just like anything disaster. We watched that pandemic movie,
Outbreak. Yeah.
Like the first night I think I was home from not working anymore. I think we watched Outbreak.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to watch this stuff anymore.
Well, I mean, it gets kind of old. I mean,
We watch it all day on the news, and then we watch it at night on the movies.
it's kind of like, at one point, okay, I understand this stuff is going on, and it's very unfortunate, and we'll get through this, as we unite and we just do our thing. We stay apart, and which is unfortunate because I'm a shake hands kind of guy. But
I had one meltdown, and it was the Tuesday before we got shut down. We got shut down on Thursday was our last day, so I had my meltdown on Tuesday. And it's pretty much an all-day meltdown. I did go to work and was better at work, but then I got home and there was more meltdown. And
that's why the oceans are rising.
Why? Because I had a meltdown.
Because you're meltdown.
In the morning, he was trying to be like lovey and sympathetic and everything. And by the evening, he was like, just get over it. Just stop already.
Well, it's because, come on,
And I was just like, come on. It's one day. Give me one day. This is like life altering. At that point, we've talked about so many different options of what we would do, and we've honestly had a lot of blessings come our way. My landlord at the shop has been amazing.
Yeah, off the charts.
Amazing. We talk on the phone. He sends me email stuff. He's like, Rena, if you just pay me like not even a third, less than a third, maybe a quarter of the rent.
But regardless of that, guess what happened? So we're sitting up here and she's talking to her landlord on the phone, and she gets a phone call because she has a cell phone that's linked to the shop. And one of her customers actually called, and even though that the shop wasn't open because of Department of Agriculture and everything that's going on, this particular very, very loyal customer said, hey, I know you can't groom my dog, but what I'd like for you to do is accept my payment
For what I would normally pay.
for the grooming, and let me just slide underneath your door. And you know, that just tells me that there's still love. There's still love. There's still beautiful people on this planet.
The phone's ringing. I have appointments. I have appointments. People calling and saying, when can you open? When can you open? I want to schedule for the day that you open. And I have a ton of people that were already scheduled for this period of time that were closed that I'm going to have to rebook them, plus the normal people that will be scheduled during that time, plus the people that are going to be calling in.
Yeah.
So what my landlord said to me when he called the first day was, he's like, okay, Rena, I've been talking to business owners in the shopping center and I'm doing triage right now. And you are on life support. I have toe tagged these other businesses because they're done, but you are on life support. So this is how I'm going to help you.
And honestly speaking, that's another reason why we've been blessed. You know, but you have to feel heartbroken for these other people that, you know, that can't recover from this. And this is huge.
It is.
And
it's actually huge. And some of you will know what that means.
It's kind of funny whenever you say that, my lips went.
Because he tries to do it all the time, and I'll be like, no, huge.
But anyway, I mean, we've been blessed. I mean, it's
there's a lot of great things that have been happening to us, and some of them just aren't for, you know, us to share with the world. But just know that we're doing well. Our spirits are up. We're still creating and, you know, selling as safely as we can on Marketplace.
You know, let me tell you something that's really kind of touched me.
What?
And I'm not one to speak about this
Here,
a lot.
I'll touch you.
Yeah. But for the first time in a long time, me and Baby Doll have actually came together and started watching movies at night.
That's not because I don't want to watch movies with him during regular times. It's because he's always too busy talking to people.
Anyway, we've actually come together and we've started going into movie mode. And it's kind of like, okay, enough with today's business. You know, let's kick back. And that's something that we've never done before.
And I've also been asking him what he wants for dinner. I never do that either. Normally he would just come home from work and whatever I fixed, it was there. Yeah. But now I can go, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? I take it out.
And I'll say, let's do some chicken. She's like, no, I've got hamburger meat hanging out.
I do not. I think one day I did say something like that because I had already taken something out.
But ultimately, I guess what I was saying is that, you know, it's kind of brought us together and brought us back to basics on why we're together and our enjoyment, you know, of being together.
Hopefully that's what's going on out there in the world. This whole thing
brings people tight.
Hopefully.
Or it should.
Either that or there'll be some divorces coming up. But we definitely know one thing: there will be Corona babies. There will be a new generation called Corona babies.
Teens. Corona teens, right? Oh, that's in about 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. No, they'll be teens in about 13 years.
Okay.
All right. You know what I mean, right? All right. So I guess, you know what? I've been telling him for literally like 2 weeks, we need to do a video. We need to do a video. And so here we are, finally. Alan, honey.
George Strait across America. Oh my gosh.
I never realized that said George Strait on it.
Yeah, I went to go see George back in, oh my gosh, a long time ago.
Thank goodness we've already seen Kiss and Donnie and Marie. I mean, because think about it. Las Vegas is shut down. It's insane what's happening. You wouldn't think that in the year 2020, in the United States of America, that this could happen. It's just like almost inconceivable.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's a couple of different things that could be taking place, but I think ultimately, I think it needs to bring people back together, and we need to get
And back to God.
And absolutely, and back to the basics. You know, why are we here? You know, who are we with? You know, why are we with them?
We haven't been waking up every morning sad or depressed or anything. No. We get up, I make my tea. I usually make his coffee. Today I was on the phone with some important business.
Taking care of some stuff.
But
it's about realizing where you're at and who you're with, and not putting anybody in harm's way, whether it be her or myself or.
let me tell you, we did have to run out on Monday. And although we're supposed to stay home, we did need to get a few things at the grocery store. We got a check from the antique mall. Surprise. So we needed to go to the bank, and we needed to go to the grocery store, and we needed to go to Home Depot. And Home Depot, he needed some screws, and we needed some wood to work on some projects. We put gloves on. In the grocery store, I had gloves.
It was weird too.
And in Home Depot, we had gloves. We literally went in, grabbed what we needed, and we were out.
It was weird wearing gloves.
And then we did stop and pick up a dresser from a lady off of Facebook Marketplace. And she was relatively close. We probably wouldn't have gone real far. But what we did was we combined everything that we needed to do into a short period of time. We were safe. We wore gloves. When we got to the truck, we pulled them off and put them in the door of the truck. We didn't throw them on the ground like a lot of people are doing. And, we got everything done quickly and got back home, and we haven't left again since. And we probably won't have to leave again. You know, I like fresh vegetables. I don't really like canned or frozen vegetables. So
In me, I don't care.
I'm thinking once a week, I go get the fresh vegetables and grab a little bit of meat. We were well stocked because we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming before everybody started buying up all the toilet paper. So I had been stocking up both the freezers prior to everybody going nuts.
And that was actually a long time coming. It wasn't just like a rush. It was like a little bit more, a little bit more,
every time I would go, I would buy 3 or 4 extra packs of meat. So we're well stocked. We could honestly be locked up here for probably a month, and he'd probably go, "Oh, we're having that," but we'd have food.
But here's the thing: is we can, even though our freezer is full of like hamburger meat and chicken and stuff like that, you don't make the same dinner every night.
No, but there's all kinds of
So, I
fajita
mean,
meat and roasts.
No, I
and-
know that, but it's kind of like, oh, we're having that again. No, it's not
But
that,
I can
because
make
she
him-
changes it up.
I can make him a
constantly.
burrito every night, and he'd be happy.
Oh, very happy.
He loves Mexican food. Sometimes we'll have it several different types of Mexican food, and he'll be like, "Okay, let's have something different tonight," and you go back to burritos tomorrow.
Guilty as charged.
And he
Yeah,
does
but
it.
she's a wonderful cook, and she's just the same way she is with her creativity with furniture and the cards that she makes and this other kind of stuff. She's the same way she is in the kitchen. So I mean, it's not.
I don't consider myself a good cook. I'm glad that you are still alive, and I fed you well enough to keep you alive.
I've only got one artery left, so I'm
He
working
does
on
get
that.
mad at me about fried food, but I use the very best quality EVOO. So really,
Well,
that's
sometimes I like baked.
I bake you, your Stouffer's lasagna baked.
I know.
He loves Topher's lasagna.
I do. I don't
when
know
all this
why.
went down, he's like, grab some lasagnas. I think we have 3 of them out there in the freezer. So anyway, we're having a good time, kind of like a staycation, but still creating. I personally thrive on creating. So even though painting the furniture and doing all that stuff to some people seems like work, for me, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and she does it really, really rapidly and very meticulously.
Kind of like the cards, you guys would be like, how do you make so many cards in like such a short period of time? It's like the stuff that we do here too. It's like, I don't want it to take a long time. I want to crank those babies out.
Yeah. And the last couple of days, I pulled a muscle in my neck, so it's kind of been hurting me just a tad bit. But today I was on my game.
I was cutting him some slack.
So I took a couple of days off, and today I was like, what else you got?
Today he got up and he was like, what are we doing today? I was like, you feel like making something? He's like, yeah, sure. So I was like, I have this headboard and I really like to make this great shelf, and I already took everything off the coffee bar, so I would like for you to make that so that I can put it up there at the coffee bar. He's like, okay, let's go out and look at it. So we did, and pulled up some pictures on Pinterest, and he was like, okay, and he cranked it out in, half a day. And here it is, waiting for me to paint it in the morning.
And then I was like, what else you got?
Yeah. But then we got a bad phone call, and that kind of took over the rest of the afternoon. I painted this little, I don't know, what do you call that? An entry table? Or a sofa table? Maybe a sofa table.
We'll go with that.
Um,
I've got no clue.
and then I got a little
I know
small,
it looks beautiful.
I got a little small dresser to work on out there. And then over the week, well, tomorrow's the weekend. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all going to be close to 70 degrees
Guess what that means? That means we're going to get our paint on.
outside. So
I'll be able to spray some stuff.
we have a plan that tomorrow we're going to prep all the items that we're going to paint. So we're going to move them from the building to the garage. I'm going to clean them and wipe them down. He's going to remove all the glass and the mirrors on the pieces.
I didn't sign up for that.
Yes, you did. And then while those things are in there, it'll give me the ability to organize the building outside better, because we're having so many pieces that are finished now that the guest room is full, and it's time to move the finished pieces back out to that building. Plus the pieces that we're moving over here to.
And we've got a lot of pieces in the trailer too that are already done.
So we're doing good, and
We've got a lot of grain in our silo.
but we still have to find more dressers because I ordered more posters. I ordered Wizard of Oz. I ordered 2 more Marilyn Monroes. I ordered Dirty Dancing and Titanic.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I wanted Tombstone, but she was like, nah.
I don't think there's as big a market.
You guys give me your thoughts. Do you think a Tombstone poster would look good on a dresser?
Well,
it
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it would look good. It matters if there's an audience to buy it.
Okay, tell me if you're that audience to buy it.
And then who was it? Oh, Pam told me. You need to get, she says you need to get an Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that picture of her when she's in the breakfast at Tiffany's and she's all done up and she has that big necklace and everything. She says you should do one of those too. And of course, Elvis Presley, Grease, The Notebook. Oh my God, The Notebook.
I was thinking James Dean.
See, to me, like a James Dean or a John Wayne, an Elvis Presley, or a Tombstone are a piece of furniture that you would put in like a man cave.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, a woman's not going to put it in her room.
How do you know?
Because those are men pieces.
How do you know? Why are you going to stereotype?
All right, come on, people. let us know. You know, do you want the Dirty Dancing poster or you want John Wayne in your bedroom? Let's hear from you. And on that note, we're at 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So, I was going to sing a
That was
song.
fun.
I was going to sing a song.
All right, sing a song.
M-I-C.
K-E-Y.
No! It's M-I-C. See you real soon.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start over.
Okay.
Ready?
M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why?
Because we like you. See you guys later.